Honorable to Forson, good morning.
Good morning. What you today?
Me who you announce why?
Yaminado muye papa.
Yamoanda kafra.
Oh, nyashe. Okay, do man who knows.
Oba Kumasi to say.
Manana medu hanti. Menam kwandi na damu hunye de. Ghana for paba. And in all honesty, some of us we feel the pain of the people of Ghana. Because Eshe baby a Ghana Yamia Domara in Zama Yankopono de Chehena. I think see a manage crony better Ghana for Muboton. No mismanagement, no cause or what is going on. And I strongly believe that Ehena Yaya Manyosem and Brasso our say Ghana for Asem. Yaya and Zama different in a way of the benefit of the people of Ghana. Aberdeen Sam Academy. Since 1992, you will be our measure our friend and watch another bro for Kasim working misery. Misery, no, for you to measure and watch or a combination of factors.
Right. One,
be your inflation. Or ye in Zamanobu, the send the eto milka adechano butiden. Send the eto dokuna adechano butiden. Send the eto fufura adechano butiden. Ono ye inflation. So the prices of goods and services. From 2016 to date, Zamanobu wako so exceedingly high. Apart from inflation also, you find the Kumasi ha, where your business no where you are, where your Kumasi population they are largely traders. So lending rate are extremely important. So walk bank and walk akwaje bosa no walk akwaje. What is the rate? And the Eco Bank be a rate or the more cry 40%. You cry 45%. Enyano for crying 38% lending rate. Where was it before? Baby a work we could do. And aside lending rate, they actually unemployment. Another employment over system. Them three factors in a kabuma no the level of which are over oman. Since 1992, the Fourth Republic. This is the first time a misery index will do 47.7%, almost 50%. The worst of all, in the year 2000, 1999-2000, the middle of the economic crisis, it was about 29-30%. Today, we are seeing misery index at 47.7%. It shouldn't be. It should never be, because if she be a Ghana could do now, and what no too much. In some outside one hokake, one soul in a new one. They don't know what they will eat the next morning. In fact, Ghana Stars Car Service recently, or the Tugwa, the Ghana for 8.4 million Ghanaians, representing 25% of the total population of the country. 25% of the total population of the country. In the year 2023, last year, they went without food one whole day. One day, do what? 8.4 million Ghanaians will die and die. I'm not the one saying it. Ghana Stars Car Service no wakasa. Maybe I was so happy then what discuss agriculture. Let me say it was country when to me feed one. Let's say they be a book crimes are my bad. Then you have failed. I strongly believe that there is the need that Ghana be able to prioritize agriculture so that at the minimum, the basic or the Ghana for you feed the home. Only the come once the NDC come once in agriculture policies, and I'm so surprised that people are already claiming, oh yeah, I am Cocoa project and President Mahama or Kawasam. I'm so surprised because you see, chicken you consume more Ghana, you be say the him for no fiber. And is it even in a good condition you consumer now? Such a chicken you consume, you don't if you Brazil and other countries. And we amount of money you spend to import just chicken. Abraya was say you to me do a bro, you to me feed and chicken. The yanka say you to me consume chicken. And the chicken is one of the basic staples. I ye you got to more chicken order do. So chicken day. And X. So now, I'm glad sir will raise that issue. More opposition now, mutime can money the day. They will see KF. But I remember more time these issues were raised, but it drew what? Now a problem because your earlier statement in a year, I was see T Ghana for. In opposition, I am more opposition. I'm T Ghana for. But then I said, drew what? Now. Asa die beka bia mu nhye denti My brother, Membisa within Popo.
Nana Jantua.
Nana Jantua. Okay. Nana Jantua. First of all, I don't think the NDC for yente Ghana for. My party NDC for yente them. Or Tobel, na ya Ghana for. They lump all of us together. MPP and NDC. Yen when DC pen, ni yen when MPP pen. In fact, even MPP mpo yen who the previous MPP under President Akufo-Addo. But and this under President Akufo.
Yeah.
This current MPP, Akufo-Addo na Bawumia wadano. He na yenyim ehwo ne wonte Ghana for. Onye NDC for bia. NDC for yete Ghana for asam. Ye bibi mpo na se Ghana for wa kechre hen. The adza worry ye onya. We pause. We listen. We take action to reflect the adza Ghana for hwehwe. Inti yente dem mama wonfa MPP for one suban in the last 8 years. Wonfa judge all politicians.
Mutie yen eye den na Ghana for be ka se ye to atiam in 2016 se sabre no na mutie yen.
I think there.
Den na Ghana for be ka se de mo ye ya to atiam if you were listening to us.
So first of all, I think that largely yente Ghana for because MPP for no won't say Ghana for because when they will feel that Ghana for one mandate into Obotu Abamahon based on what happened. But Mamin call back to what happened in the year 2016.
Yeah.
Ghana for largely and were fed up, they will feel the Abanisasa Umbra. The Mahena Yenim de Ghana ha said to Aba could do baby after 8 years and now after Ghana for. So na Ghana for will feel there the way an MPP for wa kasan na will feel the obutumu aye na NDC what do 8 years and there was a sign. I don't think they were too against the NDC largely because NDC for won't say
and according to that respectfully honorable according to NDC for no Ghana for nim di ntia tutia other than the 9 MPP for catch na ye nim se bia ahokyere wom na ye nim se saa bre no nso na adwuma na Ghana for na complain by adwuma sem no na enye legitimate unless say na ye MPP for na na kan kire yana. I
won't say it is not legitimate. First, NDC government what na do for 8 years, okay? And actually Fourth Republic abani bi do 8 years Ghana for feel the ones abani. And so do baby na young from the Ghana for so Ghana felt that once is an aban for from bra. Again, we can never say that everything was perfect under the last NDC administration. We can never say that. When we were leaving office, inflation was about 15%. I think 15.6%, 15.7%. Today, where is inflation? It is worse. In fact, at a point it went to 54%, the worst in the Fourth Republic. Unemployment, particularly youth unemployment. I don't mean for youth unemployment because on the wagin semukra. Youth unemployment when we're leaving office, yes, it was high at 22%, 21.2%.
Yeah.
Today, youth unemployment is 38.7%. So, the last regime was better. We can never say that it was perfect. We've never had perfect government since Fourth Republic. In a perfect government, but the truth is, it beat its BHL. NDC in office is far better than what we are seeing today. President Mohammed's administration is 100 times better than what we are seeing today. Every sector to sector. In comparison, they can never match the achievement of the NDC in the last 4 years. NDC's 4 years, President Mahama, another the President Melso Krakamwa, as compared to the 8 years of President Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Bawumia. It is never the case. So, we are not claiming to be perfect, but we are far better than what Ghanaians are seeing. Better than what Ghanaians are seeing.
Say 50 na pass mark. Now, ubi enye 50. But as a bakunya 49 na bakunya 47. Yemfani say we enye pass mark, but when you're 49, yemfani say.
Oh, I think NDC a passé.
Samu.
MPP in the way fail.
How do you pass when you've been voted out?
Oh, voting out and on your yardstick to check to find out the government to be one perform another one perform.
Really, how?
You can you see when the citizens feels that in Brazil there was a sabana on foul performance. And we've seen that in the democracy all over the world or happen. Okay, all over the world. There are times as citizens will feel there. Yes, why be, but onko no before from bra. In the interest of democracy, it happens. Or sometimes opposition kasa to the extent there. You go one ebe feel the nimpanore ya zempono on yadzi. Ibi ni yuhu 2016. We heard what Bawumia said, didn't we? The economic whiz kid or a messiah, he was coming to turn the country around and all. First, Yamfa Bawumia lectures and some king. Exchange rate in some when the economy is whatever it is, the exchange rate will expose you. Today, exchange rate will expose Ghana. They inherited $1 to the Ghana cedi. At the time, 3 cedis 80 pesos when we were leaving office. At the black market, it was 4 cedi 20 pesos when we were leaving market. Today, you struggle to buy one just about 16 point something, almost 17.
Right.
Okay. Yaba Kumasi ha. Kumasi for particularly where business people and traders. The exchange rate is so important to them. And the exchange rate to Jinaha, Adesho or fluctuate over the time. Business people find it difficult to plan. Apart from planning, some planning so you will lose your working capital. Go to Swal Magazine. Find out from the traders in Kumasi. They are losing their working capital by the day. They can't price 1 week continuous. Every week, or they will review one prices. When review one prices, one year, walk next time, one to Mkonkotawazi. This Adaya Kawasemi, one my citizens and a hotel kese wabo one asset. I've been to the Macadam. Yimpano Waka Kotads, a or time or Kotads and all crowds and a beno, and a city no was let's say 16. The following week, no expected about Tonadin within 1 month. No way, no working capital, no Sanso Koto the same consignment, no the Ababoton. Okoton is 16. Within the month, no, I did not jump from 16 to 17. In between, although changing the prices. Or changing the prices, the impact is directly on you. Directly on the ordinary Ghanaian. So okonoda because also one ton them own to me sika or chance to makra maybe before fraba. So when pay attention, kids will be no one said the mads and pay and sheni ya nisika or then sakan, nisanka, negate ruko. Coupled with that, government don't taxation. Now look at the value added tax system. We're distorting completely. This is the only country all over the world that I have personally seen as a tax professional. Seen a combination of value added tax and sales tax at the same time. Who does that? It's the incompetence is just too much. Why bondodo? The incompetence is just too much. Who does this? We raised this issue in Parliament. The President, we petitioned the government. I wrote to the Finance Minister personally. We criticized a corner was set up the value added tax system there. Why distorting? We introduced the sales tax in between it, what the value added tax are. What is going on here? Now, Eko Kumasi, another all over the country. You won't crawford with your flat rate. VAT kronara yewono, yewo or straight levy. Where the couple no from the value added tax regime was a COVID levy 1%, national health insurance levy instead of a part of the VAT and the president introducing as part of VAT and where the couple why in straight tax, why you get fund straight levy nani na kaboma. The effective rate of VAT is 22%, 21.9%, so 22% effective rate.
Yeah.
In what it means, sir, Mr. Jantua, what this means is that all over Africa, and you can Google it, Ghana's VAT regime were the highest in the entire Africa. I think Morocco is the closest with about 20%. 21.9% in a development economy. VAT 21.9%. No wonder them of because they tear them VAT here and to survive. Into businessmen are encouraged by the regime to find a way not to comply with the value added taxes.
What should be the reasonable rate?
You see, the reasonable rate. Okay, so you are talking about the equilibrium.
Because they cost 17.5 for no crown. Yeah, near account once. I remember. Now, so you can say, now 17, you get 21.9 no, and too much. Yes, it's too much, yeah. But 17.5 on us. We were complaining, but at that time you justified the reason why I
so
17.5.
So I've given you the highest in Africa at 20%, for example. I personally believe that VAT regime rating should not exceed 20% in a developing economy. Personally, that is my personal belief.
Okay.
I say this for a reason. Because you see, VAT or consumption tax, okay, into the incidence of tax, another obia otua taxing is the ordinary person on the street. Can you imagine obi wakotadze na orutua 20% VAT, another abofraba kra wa won foforo baby aya won foforo okonom sera offended when it's by the SME no kwakoto no tax of 20% or more than 22%. My view, and that is why the NDC is saying COVID levy no ye be yefu 1%. So that knocks off 1%.
COVID levy no?
Yes, our first budget will take COVID levy out. It's our pledge, firm pledge.
No.
COVID levy. Look, I'll tell you how we'll make money.
Okay.
But first of all, our pledge, you be COVID levy if you.
Okay. Now you're 20.9.
Now I go 20.9. 2, we recouple or value inhale and get fun.
Okay.
So a recouple now, it doesn't cascade. Into cascade in ye fuel. Ye cascade in we save another 1%. Okay, so me who makana wa fan simple na there. Can be kakra.
Just you see what team.
Okay, so what it my
national health in get fan team.
So first of all no. Yam fan the akota the base in here 2,000 Ghana cedis. Let's say 1,000 Ghana cedis. 17.5% or 17.5% of the 1,000 or 17.5.
Yeah.
Okay. So that gives you a new base.
Okay.
So it becomes 1,175.
Yeah.
Okay. A new base.
Yeah.
And so now, base because the base is now by kesen and so the 2.5 no. Okay. And so another base. Then the base has increased. And so you add another 2.5%. So it means in effect it is not the old base of 100 and 1,000. So the base in mathematics.
Okay.
Now, Sankaye your basic calculator nke ebonde say a director 20% director when the tax in swatching there will be a base or increase base in kakaka. So they've been doing that consistently to impose high tax on the people.
Okay, I'm breaking it down.
Tax for friend cascading effect.
All right, honorable, I'm breaking down now. Said the bear, many honorable Dr. Kessel at Forson, NDC caucus in Parliament on a year leader or making sure say Ghana so ebeko yanim na efa eto ho asem na wo ka no on say emfa ni sen ke bia ye say oto ade na 1,000 na ye so obetua eto bia 20% enti de wunim say bia o de be 26 200 cedis bi na be so enti bia be no 1,200 but the aban we aye ni say 1,000 onya ye first calculations na ask onya sa calculations na obehu an say ye yenya foforo no ne ye say ye eno no calculation biem etubon say bi anka 1,200 na ye wo say wuchia no unya 1,200 na ban na sa chichemu ama the next eto na musa de ka ho no na ese be ka 1,200 instead of 1,000 no etubon so obewie no na eto ne kosoro chain senka ye betene direct every 1,000 dinimu until this time around no ye tue eto no more than senka bia aban no ebe taxe sika ne bia ade ne 2,000 na 3,000 na 1,000 na eno ho to na woje na we di aban no ekọ nanim no de bi ka ho na te se ama bibia nso ayo kenti ono o kire se omo ba omo be sesa sa ade no ama eto no abafom. They say men for the minority leader and majority.
Maybe you can call me both minority majority.
Nshiraya FM 104.5.
To be safe. Until then.
Okay, that's interesting. But the issue of tax, Mamembo we entro. Edrume bi na Ghana for under your government taxation etwo na Ghana for say etwo ne sododo say na Jomahama kachre me ba no mebusa
or something like that, because the thing about government investment and expenditure is the money doesn't come from anywhere, it comes from ourselves. And especially you have a country where the number of people who know that they must pay a tax on income do not exceed 30% of the population. Almost 70% of the population pay only indirect taxes. And so you either have to go up the shop and take a daily rate, and at the end of the year we're all supposed to go and file our taxes and declare our incomes, and you say, okay, you pay 1,000 Ghana, you pay 500, you pay this. 70% or more of our people don't file their tax returns. And so the only way you can raise money really is through the tax system. And the only way you can get everybody to contribute is through indirect taxes. And indirect taxes include like consumption of petroleum products. And so those who consume more, if you have a V8 and you buy more petrol, then you're paying more tax. If you sit in the trotro, you're paying less tax because 15 of you are in the trotro using the same fuel. And so those are some of the things that we're faced with. It's not every decision that would be popular. But what was I elected for as president? To take popular decisions? If I took popular decisions to make you happy with me, this country would be in the ground by now. They're tough decisions. I mean, do I take pleasure in imposing taxes on people as if, you just take a pleasure in doing it?
I agree with him.
Yera John Maham Patoma means explaining a crabby. Yera John Maham and Sema no ka that time we president and now Ghana Fonso can a 12 to 1 no say Ghana Fon Ted and Petu TNT a to be a was all the Koshisha baby be a friend indirect no. Na decision be wa enye de enya dia eye ne de say be a to nanso a to na ebenya free a near de ye ejuma nti edin de but e was say oye because yanto amane say or may take decisions about my toy. And so on a person busa. I'm not sure saying an Ekufu do need 3 more dian say or the 2 way to swa say Yahoo betray, but a necessary say now the COVID-19 one beba then they said the bay Ibenya Sikania dia boy and so Cecilia Monsumo can a 2 way a 2 Monsumo complaining no. The justification of a 2 no aqua say Nina ye genia dia beboa Ghana. So difference benny
asama President Mahama Keno Mamin Chechre Mukakra. But at the time I was a deputy minister of finance under his regime.
And they use someone to Teswa
no on to them. You see, there were tax being types of taxes or 2.
Yeah.
There were taxes on income. The Nimpebia e Jumana inya utia wakawa, you pay some form of taxes. So e Juma company ha. You have to pay income tax.
Right.
Another, in other words, a bit more friend PAYE, pay as you earn. In the same vein, in a say, a boy with you self-employed, not so also as a person in your income, also or the income tax on that company, personal income tax. And a company Bianso is a separate legal entity. Or ye nimpa in disguise. Them company also or ye there otia tax.
Right.
Into also the tax and also companies so corporate income tax.
Yeah.
Then we have another type of tax called consumption tax. El kota no what so. No be no offend indirect tax. So the first one income tax of indirect. And the other one is indirect tax. Them tax ebieni. Gradually all over the world, particularly developing economies, yenyi formalized system no. It is difficult to rake in direct taxes. So you can see a shift where countries are reducing the focus on direct tax to indirect taxes, consumption tax. I strongly believe in the next few years the world will move towards indirect tax, and that's where the world is going now. So indirect tax, where consumption tax on the erotaza, and there are also two forms: either value-added tax or sales tax. And nobody makes the two. Now, the competence of MPP, I'm seeing them mixing the two.
Right.
So Ghana, in the past, near sales tax under President Rawlings, near moving to VAT. You're moving to VAT.
Right.
Now, we are saying, and only in the major hammer can was VAT, or a good tax. But there's something in taxation our friend Lafakef. Today. Tax and oral kosoro in a bringus car, but you would level business so you too higher. The rate is going up, but you are not gaining sika or denya. Compliance, obey low because Nimpana would and admire too high, so they can't pay, so they will have to find a way to avoid it. The truth is, VAT regime or Ghana were distorting to the extent today. Or your businesses in the individuals are what you are taxing. I deny too high as we speak, the entire Africa minimum baby a VAT no boy zenekese on in Ghana at 21.9%. With the Dawayanina, we believe that it should not exceed 20%. President Mahama Waman a firm commitment. Time on all of your officing, VAT was not 20%. It wasn't 21.9.
Yeah.
He is committing. Then Yamaya na dum no be Ghana president. Na Santemai what to Obama no be president. First, obey COVID levy if you
COVID levy.
Obey if you two, obey couple no. Or your VAT na watch chichimino, or a couple na obey them cascading in over carbon, so carbon obey bringing low to 20%.
Okay.
At that time, evidence today, Obobuama Hona Wuchia taxing Ubiaritua. So there will be no revenue loss, as we say it. We've run the simulations, and it shows that there will be no revenue loss. 17.5
under your regime, we're still struggling to pay.
Yes, so but now I don't know. 17.
What is the probability? Say 20. Okay, we are still struggling.
So yes, but you see, Obi Amado from 17.5 or that could do 21.9. We are saying that we'll start reducing it.
So now almost news and taxes no muyi. Omuyi ya anche and almost adi bibaho. It then it say munsumuya, a bedru baby, Mombe country say, baby Edri, and which rabanti and fanko 21.
We are giving NDs for my firm commitment.
Sana mama.
Firm commitment. Emma Santaman, Emma Ghana Fuina Mobiata Sede, the next NDC government on the VAT value added tax regime. Exceed rate na ya kahwasem in our manifesto.
All right.